How Long Gone, action-packed weekend. Chris Black coming to you from New York City, where the sun is out and the brunchers are drunk. Jason, what's going on, Chief?
Just walked the dog in the rain.
Is it still raining?
It's a small amount of rain.
Jesus Christ!
It was only sprinkling. Yeah, I mean it's just still going.
As much Arc'teryx as you have, I'm still sorry to hear this.
I have so much. It's hard because sometimes I'll just walk out the house and it's just head to toe, and I'm like, I can't hurt him like this. People are gonna think that
you can't.
I actually do indoor rock climbing or something, and we can't be having that.
People might mistake me for a boulderer, so I gotta kind of watch that. I mean, I don't.
Or a boulderer.
I feel like in your neighborhood, the Arky might not be such a stunt as it could be in mine, which is nice actually.
No, there's a lot of dads in the drop-off zone at the middle school who are also arced up a little bit.
Sure, the showrunners that also rock the Arky. It's a common through line.
Yeah, every morning at the school drop-off zone, that's when I see humanity at its worst. It's definitely solidifying my desire to not have kids ever, because you see these adult people and they're just maniacs every single morning, 7 a.m., 8:30 a.m., anytime in the morning. They're willing to kill people so they can make sure their kid gets into their fucking stupid ass third grade class on time, and then they can go to their job at the city.
How many of these people are using a house mug in public?
There's not a lot of house mugs. I mean, it's cool because in my neighborhood, like all the true Armenian people, like it's 7:15 a.m. and they're on their like fourth cigarette of the day, and they're just like, "What up, what up, bro? What up, bro?" It's the people who were late getting ready, and now they're going to be late for their actual job because there's like a 400 car line to drop your kid off, and they're going to be late, and they didn't plan it, so they're willing to like maybe hit me with their car in order to do that. And almost every day I have to yell, spit on someone's windshield, whatever it is. It only gets worse with time.
So you're saying they're willing to clip you with the Lexus to make sure their child
they're willing, like if I'm walking across a stop sign crosswalk, in a school zone.
Okay.
Some bitch in a minivan is going to be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go for it. If I hit him, I hit him.
Okay. So yeah,
like that's how dire the situation is.
If this white boy got to die, that's just what's got to happen. Okay. I mean,
I'm not willing to die.
What now? I saw you were sharing in the group chat some images of you getting fitted for this suit. This is round 2. I wanted to see how the results are going, and also ask if you can smoke in there, because it seems like maybe you could. So I just wanted to see what the update was.
Well, yeah, I went and visited my friend Robert Lim Taylor in Koreatown.
I don't know if he's your friend yet.
He is now, motherfucker. He asked me questions. It's not the other way around. He's becoming exploratory with me, and not the other way around. He likes a big boy, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, he can charge more for all the fabric. I like it too for him. But I'm saying, is he asking like truly inquisitive kind of 60-minute style questions, or is it more of a surface level? What did you have for lunch? Like, why do you smell like this, etc.?
Somewhere in the middle of the two. Because of the language barrier, I'm basically able to say hello and thank you to him, and then he's able to say, "So tall."
Okay. So there's
and then that's
so there's a lot of communication.
It's crazy. Obviously it costs a lot of money to have a custom suit made or any custom clothing made, but it was so weird. Like you put on a suit normally, and it's kind of like some a wool jacket and trousers and a whole thing, and it's not quite as comfortable as wearing your Beyond baggies and a white Gildan tee. It's a lot of clothing. It can be a little heavy and a little cumbersome, and I really felt like I was just wearing no clothing at all. It was just light. Everything moved with me. I got to experience what normal people experience when they like, oh, I'm a sample size, so I bought sample size clothing, and it fits.
With suits, it's always a little bit like that. It's always a little bit like it needs to be nipped and tucked in some ways to make sure it's right. But you're right. I think when it's made for your frame in this way, you're going to be sashaying with a whole new confidence.
I feel like Dikembe Mutombo on draft day, just like, what is this that's happening?
Yeah,
what a treat.
Yeah, I can't wait to get you a nice high crown snapback to wear with your suits to really give that draft day vibe. So what now what stage is this? Because you have a couple more fittings, I would assume. This isn't the final.
Yeah, so this was I went in a couple weeks ago, he measured me a lot of measurements,
Of course.
He's like, yeah, I got one of the suits ready for you. So I went in, and it's just kind of like the rough sketch, and then you sort of gently put it on. It has no zippers or buttons or anything like that yet. It's all just kind of holding on, flimsy style. A lot of white stitching everywhere to kind of like show where the lines are moving, and then you try it on, and he just kind of looks at you and just like tugs things here and there and moves things around.
Chill. Okay, all right.
And luckily, Carolyn was there, and she is really good at this kind of stuff. And they were able to sort of. I was just like the guy standing there doing nothing, and then
so it's a normal.
Her and Robert were able to speak.
So it's a normal day for you. Just the guy standing there doing.
It's a normal day for me. Yeah.
While action just circulates around you.
Well, there are responsibilities to being the talent as well. It's not completely a day off, but yeah.
No.
You have to be sort of looked at as a piece of meat objectively, and I'm not always in the mood for that. I usually am.
Of course not. I mean, you want to be objectified for your brain and your amazing sense of humor. And I kind of put that forward. I understand that you don't want to be objectified for your looks.
That's wrong. I do. I do.
in four mirrors in Koreatown. Did you go for a nasty little meal afterwards since you were over there?
Of course, bro. Well, I mean, I went in wearing the How Long Gone, the green long sleeve where it just says How Long in the Sub-Zero logo.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of like, hey, Jason, when you say the two phrases in Korean that it's pretty good, like pretty good Korean for a fucking dumbass white guy. And I'm like, thanks, bro. And he's like, I have a question for you. what is how long? and I'm looking at this guy, he's like fucking 77 years old, Korean dude, and I'm not gonna be like, well, I have a podcast platform, it's available on Spotify, and I just kind of like, oh, it's like a radio show thing I do. Just try to be as obtuse as possible, and maybe he'll understand it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll bring you. He was like, actually, I could see why you're interested in this shirt that says "How Long Gone" or that says "How Long" because he literally has, a tape measure around his neck.
Yeah, that's his life. Yeah, damn, who would have thought?
I know, right? So the "How Long" shirt, it can be a metaphor for penis size as well as just motherfuckers who measure.
Motherfuckers who be
my art
measuring.
handlers, my contractors, my tailors.
This is great. So we've opened up a new merch market, and it's guys who measure stuff. So that's
it's a dying art.
That seems
like menswear.
That seems pretty wide. Yeah, that seems pretty wide open though. There's a lot of guys that measure stuff. This is something we should consider. That's great. I would love to see your tailor kind of kitted out in some stuff.
Bro, I told him, and I was like, and then I got to sort of turn the tables on him, and I was like, I'll bring you one of these shirts. I'm gonna say you run a medium. He's a smaller chap.
You eyeball him. You give him a once over. Probably, I think a medium.
Mr. Lim, we're gonna need to do a turn. Yeah, he's a medium. No. Don't suck the tummy in.
Yeah, I need you to be real. I need you
to just relax the tummy. Yeah, but afterwards I got some duck barbecue.
I want to ask a question.
Yummy,
I want to ask a question about this because the issues I have with this.
You want to know about healthy fats? Let's do it.
No, I don't want to know about that. Not from you. But I follow Joe Holder on Instagram. I'm good. I just don't. I guess with stuff like this, and hot pot falls into the same category. It tastes delicious, but you smell so rancid when you leave the restaurant. Like the smell of doing your own cooking is just I can't deal. I don't know how you could kind of go throughout the day smelling like barbecued duck.
Not everyone in the world thinks that Asian people smell rancid, Chris.
No. The smell of cooked
food. Got it. Okay.
For the rest of the day is not. I mean, come on. Like you don't want to smell like that. Like you don't want to smell like that.
I don't notice it. I'm not a super sniffer like you.
So you're nose blind.
Super sniffer.
You're nose blind to the smell of like. I just don't, because in some hot pot places they put they have the plastic cover for your like jacket, which is cool because it keeps the smell off. But you're saying
like a poncho, you mean?
Not like a poncho, more a little. I think it's something a little bit thicker and more useful. I don't know if it has free arms the way the poncho does.
More useful.
But so you're saying that you went through after your duck feast, you went through your day and it was no problem for you to stink like that. It didn't bother you at all.
It did not bother me at all. I did not notice it whatsoever. I don't know. To me, the only time I ever get annoyed by that is if I'm at like a campfire type of situation, and then I get home and I smell my clothes and just like my socks smell like it, you know. Or if like you're at some like indoor rave all night and you smell your clothes and it's just like cigarettes and sweat and cheap beer, like that kind of smell is revolting to me. But if I'm just eating some food that you got to cook yourself, if I'm balling with Steve Aoki at Benihana and I'm sizzling up an onion tower at Gibbsy Hana, Tyrese's bespoke.
If I repeatedly ask the chef to throw onion into my mouth and it hits my shirt and leaves a little bit of an extra smell, maybe a stain, that doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother you.
I learned on TikTok how to get shrimp stains out of my linens and other garments.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't bother me because I truly don't even notice it.
I wish I was as free as you are. Maybe, do you think it's possibly your life of smoking that has dulled your senses to this kind of thing?
No, I think it has to do with perhaps my love of food, or not finding that, because you have like, you just generally feel that food being cooked inside a place is a gross smell for you. Foods of any cuisine and nation, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, no, but I agree with you. It's more about having a smell that I didn't choose on my body. Like the same thing you're saying about a campfire. I feel the same way.
But my nose is very sensitive to lots of other smells in the world. But with food smells, it's never really disgusting for me.
Oh, I see. Okay,
unless it's like I'm like super hungover and you smell some like fucked up like intestines cooking or like some weird shit like that, then I might be a little like, this ain't it for me. But otherwise, it's not really an issue. But like food, I mean, sort of just like general scents, they affect me greatly. If I can keep it a buck with you.
Thank you for always keeping it a buck with me.
Mm-hmm.
I did something I try not to do, which is watch the SNL monologue when it's performed by an athlete.
Damn, you watched SNL last night or this morning?
No, I watched the clip. It's this guy Travis Kelce, who was on the Super Bowl winning Chiefs, and he looks kind of like like Jack Harlow on HGH. Like he's got that white boy swag where he's got like a pinky ring and like a chain on, but he's like good looking. And I guess he also had a reality dating show on E! That flopped, that he did make fun of.
Okay.
But I just want to, what is the level of desperation to get an athlete to do something like that? Because obviously we've had some successful ones over the years, like, but there's only one Charles Barkley.
Sure.
You know, there's only one. There's only one. And I just found this guy to be extremely, I don't know, just like, this guy can't sell it, and you know he can't sell it. Even though he did the best job he could, he can't sell it, and you have to know that. And do you think that he's really getting kind of middle America football fans to tune in? Or is it just like we were short this week?
Shows like that have been having professional athletes on,
of course,
forever. And I think at a certain point in time, it really did move the needle. And even like Wayne Gretzky at a certain point, at the height of SNL and at the height of sports and everything, like that was probably a big show and it was cool. And back then you're like, well, obviously this guy gets hit in the head for a living, so he's not going to have the sickest comedic chops out of anyone in the world.
Yeah.
And you sort of give him a pass, and that's fine. Or like, here's somebody from like the women's U.S. soccer team, and she killed it. And like, of course, she's not going to be a great improvisational comedic actress. But with these football players, I think it really must move the needle, or else they wouldn't do it, because there's no way that anyone on the staff likes it. It's just like a guarantee. Like if I don't know who these people are, like I know who the quarterback is, and I'm like, why don't we get the fucking quarterback, the most famous person on this team? And I'm sure that all these like writers and actors on SNL are like, not only do I not know who you football players are, I don't want to be
in the same room.
I don't want you to be in my space.
Yeah, I mean,
because you're
they also
a toxic male athlete.
Well, the musical guest was a female country singer, so I feel like they kind of were like, "Fuck it, we're going in." We're like we're leaning into this country vibe to get that viewer, and unfortunately, I don't think there's anything Saturday Night Live could do to get that to get that viewer. I don't see that being possible.
So SNL went, all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight.
Yeah.
Mode.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Jason, if you're struggling with grief, relationships, stress, which I don't think you have any of that, or you were having trouble sleeping, or meeting your low goals, online therapy could be for you. BetterHelp is secure online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with a licensed professional therapist. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own accredited therapist, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. There's no waiting room. The service is available worldwide, and you can log into your account anytime to message your therapist.
You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change therapists if needed. We've all been there, haven't we? It's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and financial aid is available in your area. Visit BetterHelp.com/howlong and join over 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. How Long Gone is sponsored by BetterHelp, and our listeners get 10% off their first month of online therapy at betterhelp.com/howlong.
Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily, then distribute it everywhere, and even earn money. We like that. All in one place for totally free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your cellular telephone or your computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else, those other places that podcasts are heard.
Video podcasts are also available on Spotify, and when you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, Q&As and polls are the best way to get them talking. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's totally free, zero catch. We've been using it ever since we started How Long Gone, and ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, I feel like having the option of turning off the Q&As and the polls on the user dashboard has really helped boost my creativity and take it to another level. I highly recommend giving it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started.
Yeah, that Jack Harlow style is like, without the, he didn't have quite the charm of Jack. But it's a new.
He probably has a better bod, but that's it.
Yeah, but it's this new style of like the kind of like swaggy white boy with like, but he's not wearing. He like dresses pretty appropriately, but he's got the pinky ring with the diamonds and like the gold bracelets and the chains and like the hair. The lineup is a little too lined up for my comfort level, if I'm being honest.
Oh, of course.
And I don't want to see this kind of guy. I'm not ready for Eminem version 2.
I would say it's a little bit more of a Macklemore 2.0, because Eminem, he always kind of kept it a little discreet with it, like he would host SNL wearing a fucking Gildan hoodie, and then this guy's probably wearing like, when someone's tie tack is a little Cartier chain and it has like a little charm on it type of thing. Like,
yes.
He's more leaning into that fruity little zone. Football isn't even like manly and American anymore, It's just like back in the day it was, when all your rowdy friends were coming over tonight to watch Monday Night Football, we're going to drink. And now it's just like, all it is like 0-calorie, non-alcoholic beer. All my rowdy friends are coming over to drink Michelob Ultras and then take their fucking like diabetes test at halftime. And, like back in the day it was like... So here's a couch, sit down, crack a beer, shut the fuck up. We're going to watch the game, you stupid bitch. And now it's like,
yeah.
Would you like a non-alcoholic solution?
No, it's true. The ads used to be different. It'd be like 4 guys on a couch, like a stack of pizza boxes and beer everywhere. And they were just fucking yelling at the TV looking like shit.
And now it's like, Panera Bread has cauliflower options just in case. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Rihanna is gonna play soon. I'm so sorry.
No, it is like that. It is, but I mean, I guess it's like that's where the world is moving to an extent. So what I'm not surprised that advertisers.
It's the decline of the middle class.
It's the decline of the middle class. I had an interesting sighting this morning at the Whole Foods on Bowery.
What a great location.
I saw
the bagel bar was probably pumping this morning.
It was too early to be pumping.
Oh, okay.
But I did see the proprietor of Supreme Streetwear, and he was copping.
Who is that exactly?
James, the founder of Supreme.
Jebbia?
James Jebbia, and he was copping like a basket full of fruits, and I was impressed by that.
Like a fruit basket?
No, like just a variety. And then I look, I look over. This motherfucker's got 4 things of the Oshi berries.
The strawberries.
It ain't nothing to spend a hundo before 9 a.m. on the Oshi berries. Yeah.
Well, how much did he sell Supreme to LVMH for?
Oh no, he's got. It's not LVMH, but he's got plenty of money. But I was just like, I don't think I've ever seen someone buy more than one of those because it's looked at. I thought it was looked at more as a novelty. But do they taste that good? That it's worth it?
They don't. We may have talked about it before. They don't. They taste how they smell. If that makes any, I guess that doesn't make any sense at all. They smell better than they taste.
Oh, I see. They have like a fragrant strawberry, like a nice flavor.
They're very, very fragrant, and we eat with our eyes and nose first, and they look like a perfect strawberry that was created by artificial intelligence. And they smell just like perfect strawberry essence, and they taste pretty good, but they're not as good as like a real Harry's berries, in my opinion. They're not really like alive with that chutzpah.
Where did they come from though? Like, why did they take over because they look like that?
They came from a Wuhan wet lab, I think.
Okay, it does feel like that. It does feel like a little psyop situation.
No, they're from Japan. They're like a lab created Japanese, or I don't know I think they're like a scientifically
it looks like that,
genetically modified Japanese strawberry, but genetically modified to taste and look perfect and not to like be grown for volume or something like that.
Okay, that makes sense. It was
or price.
It was just a nice thing to see someone balling out on fruit that early, and I mean, if I have $1 billion in the bank from selling ponchos to my fucking fat ass, I'm gonna be sitting in my hot tub eating fucking oishi strawberries every day of my fucking life until I die. Oh, was I pronouncing it wrong? It's oishi.
I don't know. It sounds cuter to say oishi.
It does. Sound.
Where's the lie, bitch?
It does sound a lot cuter. I'd never seen somebody buy more than one, so I was like pretty impressed by that.
I've definitely stolen more than one package of them before, but never buy.
I just can't. I mean, I didn't. I also thought at one point they were like hard to get or like limited edition.
Yeah, I think they were.
Okay.
But I think Jebbia knew when the drop date was.
Of course, he's kind of up on all drop dates.
Do you think he walks up to the cash register at Whole Foods and just hands her a piece of paper that says 4 oishi berries, size medium?
That would be so cool. That would be really cool. I don't like to really touch the stuff myself.
And the cashier's like, you better not flip these, bro.
Yeah, don't try this shit. They have to be.
You better not go flip these in Martha's Vineyard.
No,
the Hamptons.
They have
Connecticut. Who knows?
They have to be refrigerated, so the flipping is a little tough. It's a little different when you can't kind of just trap out the trunk. You know what I mean?
A non-shelf stable berry.
Crazy.
Oof. I don't love.
Did you see the Copernicus show in France that was in Paris that was all the robot dogs?
I saw a little bit of it.
Okay.
Just the one where like the model was like having a tug of war with a killing machine.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. But there's a little bit of a blowback because of, like obviously the company that produces the robot dogs, gave them the money to do the show and include the robot dogs and make them look cute and cuddly instead of murderers, like you're saying.
Robot dogs definitely is giving like Rothy's style shoe startup brand. I guess that's Rocket Dogs. Never mind. Remember Rocket Dogs? So lit.
That Rocket Dogs had a moment a couple years ago, a little comeback. The platform flip flop. Who could forget?
Yeah. What did you think about this robot selling clothes?
Well, it's the same company that did the spray on dress on Bella Hadid last season.
What is it, like Boston Technologies, MIT, something like that?
I don't know. I think it is. Yeah, I think I saw people talking about the name of the actual like company that makes the robots, but it's like I've seen a lot of
Boston Dynamics.
I've seen a lot of industry heads shitting on it on Close Friends. You know what I mean? But I was also just I just don't even like, if you keep, I guess I talk about this all the time when it comes to work, but it's just like I don't know when this stuff, like when is the end, like when do we reach the peak of this?
To me, the peak was when it was the famous art exhibit that where the robot hand was just constantly mopping up a puddle of blood in the center of the room. I forgot what that was, but that was probably the coolest application of robotic technology in an artistic form.
I'm not even talking about that though. I just mean like, when is it,
or a Bjork video?
When is it enough? Why is it not enough just to put some good stuff down the runway on hot people? Like, why do you need, like, it's in, I mean, I guess that there is the cost portion where it's like, this is going to pay for the entire thing, which is like probably a big deal. You know what I mean? For almost all brands of any size.
I mean, it's definitely not going to get better. I mean, unless it gets so terrible that there is like a massive pendulum swinging backlash. But I mean,
yeah.
Why does every restaurant have to have a neon sign that says fucking, I think it's cheeseburger 30 froze o'clock, you know? Like,
no, sure.
Why does somebody have to go get a custom made neon sign that says like tacos make everything better, hashtag fucking chips and salsa or whatever, you know? Like,
the fact that
it's only going to get worse.
No, I think
until it implodes.
I think so too, but it just seems like there's like I don't know, it's about everything but clothes, which is like kind of strange because you have to sell the clothes to stay in business, you know? So I don't know, just a little bit like, I understand that the attention grabbing is like a sport at this point and it's necessary to compete in some ways, but I'm also like, no one even knows what the clothes look like. Like, there's not even that's not even part of the discussion at a certain point.
Okay. Well, I guess your same point or argument, you know, if Boston Dynamics gave this clothing company whatever $300,000 to do this and they brought the whole thing in and everything, how is that ROI compared to Celine having to pay Bob Dylan $500,000 to look like someone's fucking Mima playing a guitar? How is that going to be selling clothes?
Oh, I mean,
better or worse than a robot? Neither
of these things are going to sell any clothes, but it's just about like, I think it's like anything else. It's like, I'll make fun of somebody for doing like dusty hip hop De La Soul on streaming, but meanwhile I would do the same thing, you know, with my hero. You know what I mean? It's like we all have our people.
Sure.
And like, Heidi is obviously like I love fucking rockers. Bob Dylan is the ultimate, like, fuck it, I don't care if he looks like somebody's grandma. Like, put a leather jacket on that bastard and give him a check. You know what I mean? And I don't. It's more about at least that.
But he has hundreds of millions of dollars. He doesn't need a check. Wouldn't I rather want to take a check from a company instead of write a check?
I mean, I think that it's a different thing. It's like Celine's at a different level. Like, they can do whatever they want, and also, there's like a pattern of that. Like, this is the style of what he's done forever. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I shoot black and white photos of these people. That's the campaign. That's what I do. That's what I'm known for. Whereas like changing the gimmick every season seems a little less fruitful, is what I'm trying to say. Like, whether that's good or bad, at least there's like a history of it and it feels right. And no one's like debating whether it's good or bad. It's just like it's what they do. I mean, I think it's pretty funny. And I would also do it if I was in that position, if I liked Bob Dylan that much.
But just because it's a tradition doesn't mean that it's right or good, you know? Thanksgiving's a tradition. It's stupid.
I'm not saying it's right or good. I'm saying there's not going to be people debating about it because it's not like, it's not a topic of conversation, really. It's more just like, damn, that's fucking crazy. Bob Dylan's old, bro. There's no downside for the brain. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, it's also like, The robot thing is like people like, this is evil, this is bad.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to say that about a picture of someone, almost no matter what. That's the difference.
They will say that about the Cardi B Offset meal at McDonald's.
Well, that's because that is like a bad thing for our children. I think we can all agree on that. I mean, I can't believe. What is the issue?
What's more damaging to the world? A robot killing machine. You've seen the episode of Black Mirror, right?
I've never seen Black Mirror. I have a brain.
just kidding.
But yeah, sure.
But there's an infamous episode of Black Mirror where that robot dog, basically the thing that we're all afraid of, eventually it will become sentient and then sort of go on a killing spree, just like hunting down our children at the park and fucking ripping them shreds,
Sure.
So what's more damaging, that or Cardi B having songs that are sexy?
Cardi B having songs that are sexy, no question. There's no question.
Okay.
The robots, no, I don't. So the issue is that certain McDonald's locations are saying we don't agree with the kind of politics and life choices that Cardi B and Offset make, and therefore we don't want to sell the meal.
Some of the cis white religious franchisees are saying, get this mess out of here. We let Travis cook, but no Cardi B.
Yeah. I was like, but that Drake song he did, that shit bang.
But I think it's a little the hypocrisy, because we have if they're like, hey, we're gonna do a J-Lo meal. No McDonald's is gonna be up in arms about that, right?
Oh hell!
But she has a movie, the movie Hustlers, where it's about drugging and robbing men. What Cardi B does.
I don't think Cardi B does that anymore. I think she did it a few times, kind of before her career took off.
She did it a few times, and she didn't brag about it. She tried to hide the fact, most likely, because of it being illegal. And then J-Lo makes a movie celebrating that, and everyone is like, oh, this is fucking dope.
I think the other thing is that Cardi B...
Girl power.
Cardi B is like currently doing, community service for crimes. So I mean, not real crimes or crimes that I care about, but I think that they think that
crimes of passion.
Yeah, I think they think that this is that they have a leg to stand on, because it goes beyond like, I don't like all this butt shaking, and gets into like, I mean, look, she's a criminal. She's a known criminal. It's like a little easier, to say. That being said, what does the meal consist of?
It's actually a good question. I mean, every time there's a McDonald's meal, it's like, we have this custom-made meal.
A burger.
I have a Big Mac and a Sprite. Let's see here. Cardi B Offset.
Yeah, you get a large Coke. It's sick.
Okay, cheeseburger, barbecue sauce, quarter pounder, fries, 2 large drinks, and an apple pie.
Okay.
So it's a double meal. It's for you and Bae.
Oh, I see. Okay, so they're doing it sort of Valentine's Day style. Mm-hmm. But there's no inventive ingredients or additional sauces or anything super crazy.
There never is. And they do the J Balvin meal or something like that.
Does that one have a Latin flavor?
Of course not. I don't know McDonald's should have the infrastructure to fucking make some fucking Tapatio dipper. It's not that fucking hard out there, guys. But they're like, no, we're going to stick with sweet and sour.
I mean, nothing says J Balvin like sweet and sour. So I kind of get it. I want to dip my nugs in the J Balvin sauce, if you know what I'm saying.
Me encantan honey mustard. Damn.
Well, the other big news that's like absolutely rocking the society is the Vanderpump Rules stuff. I don't know if you've been following, Jason.
Hell no. I mean, sorry, I shouldn't say hell no, but no, I've never watched Vanderpump Rules.
But you've seen what's going on right now, how it's like kind of everywhere.
I've seen the community saying that bombshells have been dropped, but I did not look into what any of those were, because I wouldn't understand the context of them.
I mean, it's a longer story to unpack, but one of the longtime cast members who was in a relationship with another cast member had an affair with one of the newer cast members, and now they've uncovered, and this is good stuff.
Okay,
they've uncovered that they think this affair was going on for a long time, longer than anticipated, because Raquel and Tom were wearing matching necklaces in photos, like a lightning bolt necklace, and they're tracing that back and saying that this means this means this has been going on for a long time.
Lightning bolt, not like a Elvis Presley taking care of business lightning bolt necklace.
I believe that the lightning bolt is ripped from the logo of one of Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz's collaborative businesses. Schwartz and Sandy's, I believe.
Wow. Okay. Your Vanderpump lore goes back. So I will say, so far, this bombshell
is not much.
I would assume this happens every episode of the show.
It used to, but then they all got married and kind of boring and moved to Studio City. So things are. But
nothing wrong with that.
The best part about this is Tom, the guilty party here. He's trying to open this restaurant, and they're like, months behind. He borrowed $250,000 from his mom, who is a firefighter, to get this. Which I was like, how the fuck does your mom have $250K to give you to open a fucking bar in Franklin Village? But that's beyond the point. The pensions when you work for the fire department are good. Mm-hmm. So basically, his mom's going to be fucking down bad if this place doesn't get open. during the opening thing, during trying to get open, they're honing in the menu, working on the cocktail program. You know how it is.
It's super easy and cheap to open a bar with a full liquor license in LA.
Yeah, it's no problem.
It only costs like $2 million to buy a liquor license.
So he's kind of always been a guy who's like trying to figure out how to be famous. Like, he was a model, he makes music. So then it comes out that he's got a band, a cover band, and he's hired
Cha-ching.
And I'm talking a 14-piece band. Like, it's like a full horn section,
Voodoo Glow Skulls type shit.
Yeah, exactly. Backup singers, like, the whole thing. There might be a MD involved, like a musical director. And then it shows them at practice, and he's taking a break outside because he has to Venmo. He's paying all of these people for practice and for performances. And it's a cover band. So he's got to pay 15 fucking losers to come to his fucking his practice space. They practice playing, and I'm talking like kind of like Bob Seger songs. It's not like there's no nuance.
So he's renting out SIR studio space. Yeah, exactly. So like 12 guys from Craigslist can play Creedence Clearwater cover songs.
It's crazy. It's like if I was like, I've always wanted to be a skateboarder. Fuck it. And I go rent out the barracks and hire Louis Lopez to teach me how to skateboard. It's just crazy. Like,
you got to spend money to make money in this town, Chris.
I know. But the best part is it peaks with him playing a show at some club in Agora Hills. And I was like, what is this? Like, who are these people? What is this? Like, how does this exist in LA right next to us? And we have absolutely no idea and no access to it. It's mind blowing to me that your midlife crisis is spending your own personal money on hiring a cover band to back you up.
How long do you give it until he's found dead?
I mean, great question.
Not to be macabre.
No, great question. Unfortunately, I think the ego is too big to die. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he's too lost in the sauce.
He's a Hollywood cockroach. He's a lifer.
Exactly, and he's got to pay his mom back. So whether it's from Schwartz and Sandy's, selling Mai Tais, or it's from the band, I don't know. He can't die. He's down bad. He's got 250. He's got to pay back.
I'm too in debt to die.
Exactly. It's crazy because I think, I don't know what happens, but they say this all the time, that when you die, if you don't have a next of kin, I believe that your family has to deal with your bill, like the debts and stuff. Like, I think it's like a whole issue that like can be very problematic and kind of long and drawn out. So this is gonna keep unfolding, but I obviously have been talking to Nomi Fry about it, and she's getting some direct lines from Andy. So it's an exciting time. It's exciting time. This is what people don't understand. This is why you watch this filth kind of through the highs and the lows. You stick with it during those bad seasons where they all move to Studio City and get like BMW supercars and pretend to still work at a restaurant for minimum wage. To kind of keep the ruse going. But now it pays off, Jason, and it pays off big.
So much like crypto.
Exactly.
You've been taking a lot of hits the last couple of years, getting beat up, and now you have the last laugh.
Exactly. I'm laughing all the way to the streaming bank, as they say.
What do you think about Andrew Tate getting cancer in a Romanian prison?
I mean, it's weird because he said he didn't get it, and then his representative was like, no, this guy's got cancer. So it's a little confusing because it came out that he had lung cancer. Then he said, nah, that's crazy. I don't have lung cancer. I have perfect lungs. I have athlete style like breath control or something.
Right.
And then 24 hours later, the representative was like, no, bro, you really got cancer though.
I want to know how you tweet from a Romanian jail cell, or how all these celebrities get to tweet from jail.
Everybody can tweet from jail. Everybody's got phones in jail. I don't, obviously I've never done hard time. I'm an absolute pussy, but I've been told that's like the whole thing. Like,
yeah. But if I'm in jail, I'm going to use my phone, my precious phone minutes. Cause if you get caught with the phone, you're hitting the hole, right? Solitary. So it's risky business. So I'm only going to be using that phone to put out hits on my enemies, not to be like, TBT Throwback Thursday, posted up in jail again, hashtag incarcerated. This freaking sucks. Can't wait to go to prison.
Hashtag incarcerated doesn't seem like something that's maybe working, but I agree that's a good idea. I mean, I think that as somebody, two people who've never done hard time, Jason, I don't think we can really get into the psyche of these people and where they're at mentally, and I think it's
I guess when I was incarcerated, this was pre-Twitter, so you're right, I don't know.
When I've done 4 or 5 hours, I was able to make it through without checking my MySpace profile. So I'm glad that I'm still here to talk about it. But I just don't think I also think that Andrew Tate in particular is like, I think he thinks he would die sooner from irrelevance than he would from cancer in his mind. So I think that the necessity to be like, I don't have cancer, I'm perfect, here's a selfie of me in jail is like, I don't think he's working with a full deck up there. You know what I mean?
He's going down swinging.
Yeah.
And everyone is like, no.
What do you think? Do you think he's got it, or do you think he's lying?
I think he's probably just going to die soon, and maybe there's some foreshadowing going on. If he's Epsteining out, then he's probably going to get suicided or cancered, I guess. But everyone is like wants him to die, so
I don't think he's
a little different.
It is a little different. I don't think he's important enough to get Epsteined. That's the problem. I don't think he did. I don't think he. I don't know. I just don't think he is on the same level.
No, he's definitely not on the same level. But like if Epstein was suicided by the government or whatever, high-ranking officials, Andrew Tate could get suicided by some fucking random Romanian dude who owns like a truck driving business because he's gonna leak some shit.
I think Romanians will kill people for less. So
exactly.
You might have a point.
But anytime that you're dealing with sex trafficking and weird
it gets
alley
squirrely.
deals and blackmail and stuff like that. It's like, what? Better be safe than sorry. This guy has a phone in jail and he is live tweeting. This is too risky. Let's take him out.
I like murdering someone as being better safe than sorry. I like that. That's a good way to look at it.
No, I mean, it's you see it in movies all the time. You're watching Heat, the guy, they're robbing the Brinks truck, the security guy. He saw too much.
You gotta
sorry, bro. You got a wife and kids, but
no.
I gotta put 2 in you.
I know. You have been hanging out with Mikey, not you referencing Heat. Jesus Christ.
Heat didn't age well.
Really?
R.I.P. Tom Sizemore, but still, it's a unpopular opinion of mine. People fucking have been masturbating themselves to Heat bootleg graphic tees for the last 2 years, and I was about to say, Heat is cool. It's not that good.
No, I mean, nothing is that good. Did you? Now I know you probably haven't watched this, and I haven't either. But the Chris Rock thing came out last night. And people are obviously just salivating for his boring humor about, getting slapped.
Yeah.
And I just don't. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
But I just don't know if I don't know if I have high hopes for this. But I feel like you might.
I mean, anytime you have a legendary comedian like him, you'll watch it because he's gonna drop a couple in there where you're like, damn, that was good.
Sure, of course.
But also every person, once you become super, super wealthy and old, it's very hard to stay in touch with the rest of the world. And the reaper comes for everyone. And at a certain point, you got to be like, all right, I'm just going to like Adam Sandler out and just, smoke weed and play basketball in my house and like go to the Bahamas instead of like, I got to do another special.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Chuck English, he did a great tweet. It was like a picture of Chris Rock, like a selfie he posted recently about it. And he said like, why does he look like a photo of somebody's mama who's in a halfway house?
Okay.
So Chris Rock is sort of resembling Big Mama in the halfway house right now.
Interesting. So you're saying that
they're getting some grays on the flyaways.
But are we saying that we're seeing a kind of like this is a trend with Dylan and Chris Rock looking like meemaws? Is that? Are you saying that that's the new swag for these older kind of legendary artists?
Well, I guess this is what happens when people who are not so much feminine, but a little bit slighter, a little bird-chested.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan and Chris Rock are both kind of like 85 pounds soaking wet kind of guys. Obviously, very talented.
I think Dylan's. I think Big Bob's a little puffier right now, but that's
a little puffier
we
right
don't
now.
Need to harp on that.
It's not from lean muscle mass if he is getting puffy. It's from fucking Pop-Tarts. But I think once that's a certain type of person, like Prince is in that same boat, and Prince knew I need to die from fentanyl before I reach that level.
Yeah,
where I start to resemble grandma. I'm gonna hit that point. I'm gonna be tall grandma. I'm gonna be looking like WNBA Hall of Fame ass motherfucker when I'm 76.
You're going Brittany Griner mode.
I'm tatted up too, baby.
Oh God. Oh, that's so funny. I've also been I've kind of been going over this tweet I saw earlier this week has been popping up a lot in my timeline from all kinds of different arenas.
Okay.
And it's a picture of a guy with like hella designer on, and the tweet says,
"Oh, getting on the airplane.
There's always at least one of these guys on every flight, everything designer down to the phone case, and they do all this to go sit in row 32B."
Mm-hmm.
And this is a thing that you see all the time, especially if you're flying to like New York or LA.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are like, paying a lot of money to sit in first class or whatever. That's a waste of money. This Gucci backpack I'm going to have for the rest of my life,
yeah, I think it's like almost perfectly even argument on both sides of the coin.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I do think it's perfectly even. It's purely like a prioritize, what you think is important or what you like.
Nice flight pun.
Or yes, exactly. Or what makes you feel good. But the real problem here is Gucci backpacks. And that's kind of what people aren't addressing. Like the guy's got a backpack on. That's the fucking problem. It's not about where he's sitting or how much it cost. It's just
the fact that he's a 43-year-old man wearing a Gucci backpack.
Yeah, Gucci backpack is fucking insane to wear.
That happened to us. I remember when we were first going on our tour and we were at like the Delta check baggage drop off, and it was like 4:19 in the morning, and there was that guy in front of us who was head to toe. It was either Fendi or it was Dior.
No, it was Dior.
And like he would bend over. Fake. It was fake. He would bend over. Dior underwear, Dior shoes, Dior socks, Dior fake suitcase, just Dior cell phone case, Dior hat, Dior hoodie. Those are the types of people who have worms for brains, 1000%. But also, I mean, there's like house poor,
Yeah.
Swag poor. He's drip poor.
Swag poor.
He's wearing $10,000 worth of fake Christian Dior or whatever, and he's going to go home to his studio apartment to go fillet himself to his closet.
That's the real issue, I think. But people are just very up in arms about this.
But it's a free country. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, there you go, libertarian Jason. You tell them. But I just don't
I mean, you could do whatever you want. I think the issue is fundamentally you shouldn't want that. You should want to be like, okay, I'm financially secure. I have a cool house and life and car and, the things that are important. I have, health insurance or whatever. And then when you're all good, you could start wasting your money on fucking Fendi cell phone cases for $300 and bullshit like that.
I kind of agree, but unfortunately, that's not what we prioritize in our polite society. And I will be getting on the plane just shortly with my Louis Vuitton duffel bag. So I guess I'm part of the problem. And, there's nothing I can really do about that. I'm heading to Chicago this afternoon for some official business, and
you're going today, Sunday flight to Chi-Town. I like it.
Yeah, I like doing that versus getting up at fucking 4 a.m. on a Monday. It's like not that big of a deal.
Sure.
So I'm getting ready. The weather isn't too bad, but the weather kind of kept you were a little scared of Chicago in Feb.
Yeah, for sure. But I've learned that Los Angeles is the coldest city in America right now, so it doesn't fucking matter whatsoever.
I feel like, Jason, you're having a real tough time with this weather. Like, I feel like you're kind of going through it, and you might need to just take some of your personal wealth and kind of vacate.
Just take some of your personal wealth and vacate. I mean, I tried to go to Miami, but it didn't work out with the schedule. But I think I'm going to come to New York later this month.
New York isn't the place. I don't think New York's going to fix your problems, though, is what I'm saying. Like, it might fix the cultural void in your heart, but I don't think it's going to fix the tan you desperately need. You're looking.
I gotta go to Miami.
Yeah, or at least
Cabo.
Maybe Cabo. The Nobu in Cabo is looking pretty good right now.
Palm Springs is colder than as cold as LA.
Golly, man, it really. I feel for you, bro. I just because weather affects my mood, and we talk about that a lot, but we don't talk about weather affecting your mood. And I feel like I want you to have the representation.
I think we do. I think we talk plenty about it, me being a little bitch when it gets cold.
we do talk about you being a little bitch, that's for sure. There's no question there.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that much. That's why I'm lucky enough to have a sauna, and I have Matches fashion credit, and I can go to Pilates, all these things warm and increase my heart rate and get me warmed up. I'm full of duck fat. I got to go to Pilates in 3 hours. My body is not ready for it.
Because of the duck?
No, I don't know. For some reason, I've been working out a lot this week, and my body's pretty sore
all
AF.
right, big dog. All right, okay. All right, pull your dick out then. All right, what kind of...
Shut up. But all that is to say, I'm already kind of walking around like I got fucking bucked by a Bronco on Yellowstone, so... Pilates is easy for Carolyn and is not easy for me. Like, it truly is.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Like, I have to psych myself up because it's just so gnarly for me. But I'll be fine.
Well, I mean, you're always fine.
I get to go to Erewhon afterwards.
Oh, so you have to give yourself a little treat?
I don't have to. I get to.
What are you gonna?
Okay.
Are you gonna have pizza midday, or are you gonna kind of shift the narrative?
No, I'm. Let me go ahead and shift the narrative towards our juice bar and elixir menu. No, I'm actually going to a pizza activation later this afternoon for restaurant Pizzana is opening a location in Silver Lake, and I got invited to little friends and fam.
What is restaurant?
So I'm going to have a little...
What is that? What is restaurant Pizzana?
Pizzana, it's just like a pizza restaurant. There's a few locations, but like kind of a little more on the west side, but I haven't tried his pizza, but it's like this chef who's sort of become infamous for like Italian American style, and he does it a little uniquely in his own way, and people say it's delicious. I haven't tried it yet, but I think the chef wants to come on the pod too, so I'll let him fucking drop some burrata in my mouth and butter me up, you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
See what that squashy blossom do.
So you have a nice little afternoon plan then, don't you?
Not really. I mean, I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to edit until I do Pilates, and then eat some Erewhon. It's not bad. I ain't complaining. It's going to be a fun little Sunday. And then Tuesday, I got invited to some Donatella Versace thing. So I'm going to go build with D.
I mean, you're not going to be let within 100 feet of her, but I like that, that you're kind of trying to manifest.
You want to bet?
Well, it depends on how big the room is. I mean, I'm pretty upset that I'm missing this fucking Saint Laurent Oscar party.
I think it'll be intimate. It'll be all right. How much money if I get the selfie with D? Sweet D.
No money. That's just good for the business. But that's good for you in the optics. I mean, it depends. Again, where is it? Do you know? Or are you not allowed to say?
It's in Beverly Hills.
But is it at a store or is it at like a off-site location?
I think it's at a store, but it's private. It's like a champagne mixer.
Maybe
type of thing.
if she's actually,
I think it'll be intimate-ish.
If she's actually going to be there, then yeah, maybe
she is going to be there. She's going to be there.
Okay, yeah, I'm very upset. I'm missing this Saint Laurent party for the Oscars on Thursday. I'm very upset. Knowing what I know about the performance, I'm very upset.
I'll send you some live pics and stuff. Don't worry. Yeah, this is considering Fashion Week felt like it was a month ago. There's so much shit going on. Like I got Donatella Tuesday, Wednesday, that on air fest at Horses, and then Thursday Bodie into YSL. Oh,
I know.
YSL is not a gang, baby.
Shut the fuck up.
And I'm sure there's gonna be something else that pops up. Who knows?
I'm actually pretty psyched. On Thursday, I get to go to thanks to our friends at DS and Durga, I get to go see Hamilton Lifehouser doing his show at the Carlisle.
Damn, I thought you were gonna just say Hamilton. I got 2 tickets to Hamilton.
I kind of waited till it died down. It was a little too cool for me, so I kind of wanted to wait. No, I'm very excited though because I've wanted to see that he does it. I think he's done it a couple times, but he does like a residency at the Carlisle with the full band. So I'm psyched to go to that.
Yeah, now that Woody got popped, they kind of had to get a replacement, or is Woody still cooking over there at the Carlisle?
Oh, I'm sure Woody's still cooking. I don't think the Carlisle.
Or did he decide to not do the Carlisle anymore now that it got taken over by TikTokers?
Well, no, a lot of people do the performance thing. It was just this one is actually like ticketed and real. Where I think that the Woody thing was like he would just kind of show up on Mondays, and if you were there, you saw it. Was kind of the vibe. I don't think it was like a full promoted thing.
If you're there, he'll take your chick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
If your chick's 13.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, I wonder if we could do How Long Gone at the Carlisle one time. Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, I think that we could physically. I don't know if they would want us to, but yeah, we could do that. I think we should try to do maybe we should do some intimate warm up.
Podcasting is a lot like jazz, Chris.
Don't say that. I've heard you say that before, actually.
I really have said that. That sucks. That sucks that I've said that before.
It
sucks a lot.
It sucks that I've said that before.
Speaking of fashion, though, I put some of our Matches fashion credit to use.
A
couple days ago, I had to splash out. Bought some underwear.
Tom Ford?
And I unfortunately didn't. Yeah, Tom Ford. How'd you guess?
Because it's like the most expensive, and I know you only do things for the joke.
It's not the most expensive, actually. There were more.
Really?
Yeah. Like the Versace Latin Lover thongs, I think those are hitting a little bit more. They might have some gold foil.
Did you get it yet? Did you get them?
The Tommies have not arrived. I decided to opt out of the $25 express shipping on the $40 boxers.
Oh, so you just got one
boxer briefs.
You just got one pair?
No, I got a 2-pack.
Okay. You hit them with a 2-piece. Mm-hmm. And what
because I haven't tried them on yet, so I don't know. Even though Tom Ford, he knows how to make great clothes. From what I hear.
Of course. Yeah. I was about to say, you have a lot of personal experience with that, Jason.
I have one pair of Tom Ford trousers that don't really fit me very well. So I need to figure out if Tom Ford boxer briefs will fit me well. Will it hug my unique body?
Are you afraid? Yeah, you hug your unique twigs that you stand on.
Hey girl, will you hug my unique body?
Is there a possibility though that if you love the Tom Ford boxer briefs that it kind of ruins you? And regular, affordable boxer briefs are no longer going to be an option for you?
No, because I have so much Matches fashion credit, I'll be able to buy a lot of pairs of Tom Ford.
You could get plenty. What color did you go with? Black, or do they have some other colors offered?
I went with black, yeah, but they had a nice little kind of olive green. But it was like it was giving a little too much diarrhea for a pair of underwear. I mean, it was a cool, maybe for like a Zelensky bomber jacket, but
men's underwear should be black. Any other color is crazy to me.
Sometimes white is nice for a crisp out of the shower look.
No, that's crazy.
No,
that's crazy. I just couldn't.
Just a classic pair of white Calvins on Stop Asian Hates Mark Wahlberg.
If I was Michael B. Jordan, maybe.
Well, yeah, you got to have the body for. I mean, they're called tidy whities for a reason, Chris. Them's is white.
Damn, bro, you're crazy for that. You're crazy for that.
Think about that.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta go to fucking the all new LaGuardia.
Oh, so
thank you, them jeans, for podcasting with me today.
Bonjour.
Just love your work, bro. And I'm sorry it's raining for you. And you guys check us out on the internet, and we'll have more podcasts this week, Jason, because that's what we do here.
Please check us out on the internet. All right, Chris. Well, safe travels. Enjoy the LaGuardia Lounge. When you pop into the Delta Zone, you know, get some of the chicken penne piccata or something like that. Eggplant parmigiano.
Yeah.
Overnight oat. Chia pudding.
Unfortunately, all my selections from the delicious Delta menu are not available after noon. So I'll be fasting on the plane.
Okay.
Well, I have to save up for Chicago. You know, I've got to get a dog at the airport. All right, I will. I'll talk to you later.
Wiser than your years, but everything changes. And when it does, wise people refuse to. You caught me at a good time, cause I'm feeling bad. Tonight the wind is following your command. Is it the Arabian aromas, or maybe it's the takeaway? Your eyes are off an advert.